I'm really excited to meeting with you, and I'm asking you one very interesting question. And I'm wondering about our mindset, human mindset. And one more very interesting question, like if I'm an engineer and I'm working last more than 3 to 4 years in my job, all of a sudden I'm realizing one day, no, I'm not loving this job. I'm looking for my different passion.
Yeah.
But I am feeling scared also and some fear also how I will change my line. Should I go in the right way or not right way? So I want your insight because you have changes this thing in a very drastic way. So I want your answer.
Okay, well, thank you for having me on. I'm so excited to speak with you today. I've been following you on LinkedIn and love your content and your energy. So I'm so happy to be here. I can talk about both of those topics for so long. So I'll try to constrain and keep guiding me if I'm going on in too much detail. But the mindset piece, I think it's critical to getting any goals accomplished, to having any success. We're so focused on the how, on the strategy, on the actions, but the actions without the mindset will not give you sustainable results. So to give you an example, we can always find the how. We can get a training, we can find information on Google. There's so much available useful information, but that is not enough to impact change. If it was only about the how, we all know how to lose weight. We all know that we have to exercise and eat a certain amount of calories to lose weight. Yet the diet industry is $1 billion industry. Knowing the how is not enough to affect change. That's where the mindset comes in. And I love coaching because in coaching, you have a very customized approach to understanding your client's mindset and challenge to taking the strategy, taking the how to, taking the actions and helping them implement. So the actions and the strategy is an important component, but the mindset that drives the action actually helps you get sustainable results. So massively important. I love coaching on mindset. I think it's within your control to change it, and that effectuates the change that you want to see. In terms of changing your career, I've done it twice, and both times I was incredibly afraid. I didn't know what the path would be. So a little bit of background, I started out as an attorney in New York City. I was a securities litigation lawyer. I'd gone to law school. I didn't know what else there was. My mother was a lawyer. That was sort of like the path that I knew I would follow. So I never questioned that choice, but I found myself incredibly unhappy. And I thought it was me, and I needed to find another law firm or another type of law. And I kept changing the circumstances, but I kept being unhappy. So one day I acknowledged that I needed to follow my passion, which wasn't being a lawyer. And that was written with a lot of fear. I didn't know what other options there were. But the moment I had opened the possibility that I needed to pursue something that made me happy, one answer kept leading to the next, one step forward kept leading to the next. So it's a very interesting path of how I left practicing law and how I found my next job or my next passion. But all that matters is that it allowed for the possibility that something else was available. And I took one courageous act after the next. And then I was a consultant in leadership development for about 20 years. I left that to start my coaching business. Again, lots of uncertainty, lots of fear, but I knew that if I had that desire within me, I wanted to pursue it. So I don't know that there's one right way to do it. Some people keep a job to have some income and certainty while they start a side hustle that turns into a business. Other people need to leave everything so they can have a clean slate and focus all of their energy on the next pursuit. So I don't think there's one right way to do it, but it's 100% possible if you have a desire to do something else that makes you happy. If you're unhappy in your current situation, certainly explore that. Don't suffocate that desire because you're afraid or because you're uncertain. Everything comes through action. When you take one step forward, you find the next best step to get there. Hopefully that answers some of your questions.
Thank you so much, Monica. Thank you. And I'm wondering, like, when you choose your new career, so what hurdle you you have faced,
Mhm.
and you have some fear also. Should I go ahead in the right way or not? Have you
Yeah.
been these kind of queries in your mind when you are in that new line?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think it's common to have those. And so I have learned to anticipate them, expect them, and try to manage them. So it's very unlikely that you would do something for the first time and have no self-doubt or no questioning of whether you're making the right choice. It's understanding that that's part of the process when you step out of your comfort zone. For the longest time, I kept thinking, okay, I was an expert in my industry. I'm now starting from scratch. I'm going back to being a beginner. It's very uncomfortable, especially later in life, to become a beginner again, to lose the safety of a job or a paycheck, or in my case, I went from being an employee to have my own business. So there's a lot of discomfort with change. Everything that feels routine and safe is gone. I just knew that that would be part of the process, and I didn't let that make it mean that I'm making the wrong choice. I didn't let it be a sign for me to quit and go back to the safety of a job. So I think the underlying message is it's inevitable that you have the doubts, the questioning, the wondering if you made the wrong choice, the desire to go back to safety, but just know that that's expected. Manage it, understand that your brain is trying to protect you, and keep moving forward. Keep focusing on the positive and the reason why you chose to make that step and that change, and know that the vision that you had is still out there for you to get to.
Thank you.
Can anybody out there hear me? Hear me?